internal personality is great. He believes that a salesmanship is a wonderful job, but he has no skills to live up to it. So, like at the end, his dreams are shattered.
Shattered.
So, at the age of 34, he becomes jobless, he becomes broke.
And yes, there is one more thing that when Willie and Ben talk about their father, now that is the only person who manufactured flutes and sold them.
Their
so he was
grandfather.
the
Okay.
father. So that was the time when a person was everything. He would manufacture things, he would sell
That means
them,
an
he would have the
individual was
yes.
everything.
So now that time has passed, now the profit will go to someone else. Someone else will be selling the commodities, and someone else will be doing the manufacturing, and one person will be the owner, enjoying all the profits.
Obviously,
all the
that
benefits.
is the change
So
of
it
the
is the
business
change
world.
of commercial
So
world.
one has to adapt to those changes which he fails to do.
Yes,
He doesn't accept
but he
that
still
change.
thinks that his father was a great man with beard and
but
very
you listen,
impressive
but you see,
person.
just by living in the past,
Yes.
we cannot exist in the future. We have to
Definitely.
take a day by itself, you see. And that's what I feel, that happy his dreams are shattered. And what eventually happens is that his sons do not turn up the way he expected. Happy turns into a carefree and a spendthrift person. Biff grows up to be a drifter. He keeps on losing his jobs because of his weaknesses of stealing. And this twisted version, American version that he has, takes Willie to a decline. And this leads him to his mental instability. And this repercussions of the mental instability is in his own personal life. He keeps on controversial statements.
Yes.
Like at one moment, he's very full of praise about Biff. And he says that Biff is a very hardworking man. Second moment, the very next moment, he'll say Biff is a lazy boy.
Yeah.
Sometimes he tells Linda that you're my foundation. And the very next moment, he is rude, he is insulting to Linda. This goes further, and he enters into a state of hallucination. Just as you were mentioning in the plot goes from past and present and future. It's because of hallucination. He starts hallucinating. And in his state of hallucination, he also develops these tendencies of suicidal tendencies. Once while he was going he tries to kill himself on a bridge.
Yes.
Okay, he has made this attempt which you were saying
Earlier
about the 20,000.
also
Yeah, he tries to kill himself earlier. Again, he has brought a gas hose in the house and he wants to kill himself with a gas hose and all that.
But it is also a part of his frustration because there is apparently no way out. Every day he is borrowing money from Charlie, and that is how they are working at home.
But that's exactly what
So
Miller wants to
maybe,
convey.
Yes, that is the only way
That
of
when
getting out.
when an individual reaches a stage of frustration,
Yes.
first is, why should he reach that stage of
Yes.
frustration? When
One
we have
who has
confused
worked
ideas.
for 34 years, he should have at least something to...
And not only physical work for 34 years, Miller wants to point out that did he put his emotional and
Yes.
mental value in that work? Which Willie Loman failed to do so. Willie did not, he put the physical value in his work, but he did not apply mentally and emotional value to his work. And that's why even at the age of 60, he is drifting. His son at the age of 34 is jobless.
Yes.
So basically, it's Willie Loman who has not been able to do that, and that is why he starts finding now the world of dreams, the world of hallucination to be more perfect than the realistic world. He starts living into
It's
that.
a kind of escape from
And,
reality. In psychology, they say that it saves a person from totally getting disintegrated. So it's a kind of way out of reality, but it saves a person.
So I also feel that we should analyze the play from a psychoanalysis point of view.
Yeah.
It in a state of delusion, psychoanalysts say that in a state of delusion, the patient has fantastic ideas of reference and grandeur, and believes that he is a man of great influence and power. This is exactly what Willie Loman is doing in his personal life. He starts eulogizing himself. He tells his children that I'm the most popular person in New Market. Even if I send my card inside, People say, oh, Willie Loman is here.
Yes.
Then the police is looking after my car. And more than that, like, he tells, I had coffee with the mayor of Providence. So all this false pride, he indulges in
Yes.
false pride. And this particular idealism he creates, the aura that he creates around himself, his children are brought up into that aura. And this particular thing, as the delusion keeps on growing, another psychoanalyst, Henry Glitterman, states that delusions are further supported by hallucination, and in this state, the person hears voices. Willie Loman hears the voices of his brother Ben. Okay.
Yes.
And that stage of his voices, he cannot differentiate between reality, he cannot differentiate between fantasy and reality. So he is lost in his past memories, and his memories become so real to him that he loses contact with reality. And this constant mood swings from illusion to reality. Okay.
Yes.
At times, like, even there is a scene shown where Charlie and Willie are playing cards together. At that moment, he goes into his hallucination. And he's
imagines
talking to
that-
Charlie, he's talking to his brother Ben. So an audience, if you're watching the performance on the stage, it's brilliant. But if a reader,
Yes.
the students, when they read it,
They read it for
they
the first
find
time.
that they find it terribly confusing unless you read the play in detail and try and understand every aspect of life.
Yes.
So
So sometimes the
yeah,
children
it's
are
a
small,
psychological
sometimes they are grown
yeah,
up.
true. This
Yes.
psychological state of mind. But one point I would like to go ahead is self-realization. In the play, you will find that nobody has reached that stage of self-realization. Willie does not ever do it.
No,
Happy
Biff
never does
wants
it.
to-
And only Biff reaches that stage of self-realization. So then we have these feelings that Biff is happy, is going through, Willie is going through a feeling of abandonment, a fear of abandonment. Then there is this scene of the Frank Chop's house, which is a very effective and a painful scene, where the two boys leave Willie over there in a pathetic condition. And for Biff, Willie is a phony man. So one important aspect we should cover up is that what does Willie sell if he's a salesman? And Arthur Miller wants to tell us that he represents every man. Miller wants everyone to identify himself with this salesman who is a broken man in a capitalist world. Because Miller is a socialist and he wants these
Yes,
aspects to
there
be
is a
covered.
Marxist
Yeah.
interpretation of
Marxist
his,
interpretation. We have number of motives which we have discussed about
Yes.
Hercules and Adonis. And Dave Singelman is one salesman whom Willie idealizes. He wants to become like him. Then we have the African jungle where Uncle Ben had gone in and come out. And the shabby Brooklyn is the place where Willie lives, which is artistically combined between the two. Then you have plenty of symbols.
Yes.
The symbol of seeds and diamonds and stockings, which we have discussed in this thing. Diamonds is success, which Uncle Ben turns out to be. Stockings is the one that Willie gives to his girlfriend, and his wife is continuously darning the old socks. Then seeds is a little bit very unusual kind of a symbol where reflects Willie's guilt and
His failure, because he fails in it, but every time he wants to do something in his backyard. So his optimism is also reflected in seeds. He
This-
tries to grow something each
Yeah.
time.
the scene of Requiem is the final scene, and it's a very pathetic scene.
Yes, Linda particularly cries in the end.
The play begins with Linda, the play ends
Yeah.
with Linda.
It is also said that the play is Linda's tragedy rather
Of course,
than
yeah,
Norman's
it's
tragedy.
definitely Linda's tragedy, because in all the dreams that Willie has created and the sons create, the person who suffers the most is Linda.
Linda.
Okay, so
She says that by now all the installments of the house are played.
yeah, that
are
is the
paid,
that
and
is the
now,
saddest part of the play, which I
owner of
feel,
the
yeah.
house is not
And
there.
she's lamenting. She's in front of the graveyard. She's in the graveyard in front of Willie's tomb, and she's saying, "I made the last payment. Why did you have to do it?" And this is how Willie's tragedy is more Linda's tragedy than
Yes.
Willie himself.
Willie
okay?
himself. And now, students, because you have an American play on your syllabus, just think that it is not only a foreign text, but it has some relevance with the Indian scenario also.
Very true.
And the commercial world which is emerging before us today is very similar to what has been portrayed
And
in
even the
Death of a
parent-children
Salesman.
relationship.
Yes, the generations
Yeah.
that are drifting apart, that also can be seen this way. So you can identify Willie Loman's life, also the urban life as it is shown in the play, that Willie Loman's house is a singular house, while near the house there are apartments, the big buildings are rising. So it is a kind of making the house a dwarf.
Yes.
So it's
dwarfing it.
overshadowing it. It's the same thing that's happening in the urban areas these days, the cities. So that is one thing. In the corporate sectors, the individuals have to struggle in a way. They have to
Individual,
sell
every
their efficiency.
Yeah,
their
today is the world where you
Yes.
need to sell your qualities,
Yes.
and you have to upbuild your qualifications. This is our message to the students. You
the students
look
also.
and have a focus of life, build up an objective, and pursue the objective. This is the crux of this particular play, which is that's why so contemporary. And the characters of Willie Loman are not just in the play, but they are real life characters which
Yeah.
are applicable all over the
They are
world.
universal, but more and more applicable, related to the modern world, the commercial world that is existing today. So there is little space for emotions, and more is attention is given to where the profit comes from, and where the success lies, and all these things.
It's like introspecting within yourself
Yes.
and looking for your strong points and working over your weaknesses.
Yes.
That is what Arthur Miller in his contemporariness wants to convey. I think we have tried our best to justify almost all aspects of the play. But this play is a very vast one, and it requires consistent introspection, reading, and I wish
Yes.
the students are going to do it. We wish you all the best.
Yes, and we
for
would
your future
say
as
that
well.
you read it at least twice so that you understand it
Because
well.
we
It's
had
a
to
bit
read it at
complex
least twice.
play.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a complex play, but it is very much relevant and contemporary.
But
We wish
when
you learned
reread
something
it,
from it.
you will like it very much, and you won't be able to forget the play. It's
True,
a very
very
good play, and wish you all the good for your exams. We suggest some readings to you also, if you can find the readings, and apart from the text that you can see on the tabletop, probably, yeah. So the text is the main thing. If you go through the text 2-3 times,
One
that
has
will
to,
help you. Yeah,
because there is
better.
nothing that can replace the text. It is beautiful language,
Yes.
and every dialogue of the play is so meaningful. So
Yes.
I wish most teachers will also inspire students to read the text.
And,
And,
there are also film adaptations, and
Yeah.
you can see certain
Thank you
things
so
on-
much for being with us, and have a nice day.
Thank you.